I am S.M. Mumtaz Ahmad, the facilitator of PMP exam preparation course. As discussed by Tasneem Ahmad, my co-facilitator, the following 12 chapters will be covered in the PMP exam preparation course. 1. Key concept of project management. 2. Project life cycle and organization. 3. Project management processes. 4. Scope management. 5. Time management. 6. Cost management. 7. Quality management. 8. Communication management. 9. Human resource management. 10. Procurement management. 11. Risk management. 12. Integration management. Each chapter will be covered in one or more modules depending on the length of the chapter. Today, we will be discussing key concepts of project management. Key concepts of project management. This will cover following topics. 1. What is project? How it differs from operation. 2. Progressive elaboration. 3. Roles of project manager and functional managers. 4. The project management and operational management. 5. Program, PMO, and portfolio management. Our role of project manager differs from PMO. 6. Enterprise environmental factors. Everybody is talking of project these days. My grandson, who is a student of 3rd grade, came to me in the evening and said most excitedly that he has been given a project which he has to complete within 3 days. The project is build an aeroplane with cardboard, and he said, "Dada, you have to help me." In the night, I was sitting with a friend of mine who works as a scriptwriter with a TV. He informed me that he is working on 5 projects. In the night, I viewed a film actress talking in a TV show that she is working on 5 projects. So everybody is talking on project these days. Are they meaning same by the word project? We need to check it. What is PMBOK's definition of project? But first let me explain what is PMBOK. PMBOK means Project Management Body of Knowledge. It is a standard on project management developed by PMI. So, let's hear what PMBOK says about project.
A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result.
So, there are 3 characteristics of every project. It is temporary, it is unique, it goes through progressive elaboration. The word temporary means that the project will have a definite beginning and definite end, and may come through natural completion of project, but it may also come through abrupt termination due to changing requirement or shortage of resources. Temporary doesn't mean short. Project may be short as well as long. The word temporary doesn't apply to product, service, or result it produces. In fact, projects are undertaken to create everlasting impact. And what unique means? It means that the project was not done before and it will not be done again. Sometimes we find similar products and we think that they have been produced by means of same processes, but however similar they are, they cannot be produced by exactly same elements. something or other will be different. Sometimes team will be different. If team is same, location will be different. If team and location are same, then material will be different. There is a third characteristic of project, which is progressive elaboration. We will discuss it in detail a short while after. But first, let's us understand what is product, service, or result which a project produces. In this picture, you are viewing Panama Canal. The construction of Panama Canal, was it a project? Yes, of course, it was a project. But was it a product, service, or result? What was it? Yes, you have rightly concluded it was product. What about development of judiciary system in any country? Yes, it is also a project. But what is it? Product, service, or result? This is service. Service. And what about affecting a change in the structure, staffing, style of organization? Of course, it is also a project. But what type of project? Product, service, or result? Yes, they are result. Progressive elaboration is the third characteristic of a project. Because of potential for change, the project management plan is iterative and goes through progressive elaboration throughout the project's life cycle. Progressive elaboration involves continuous improving and detailing a plan as more detailed, specific information and more accurate estimates are available. Progressive elaboration allows a project management team to manage to a greater level of detail as the project evolves. As the project work continues, new information starts pouring in, and the project team make necessary changes in the project plan. This is called progressive elaboration. In case of manufacturing a car, an idea evolves, which gets refined with discussion. A blueprint is prepared. A prototype is manufactured. The blueprints are changed on the feedback of prototype, and a revised blueprint is prepared. Then during manufacturing, some limitations come into light. The blueprint are again refined. All these refinements and changes are called progressive elaboration. Whatever work we do in an organization is either a project or operation. But what are operations? Operations are repetitive, ongoing activities. Operations are permanent endeavors. It is performed according to some standardized standards. So operations also have three characteristics. It has ongoing activities. It keeps organization functioning, and they are repetitive. And of course, they are performed according to standardized standards. Work on production of a special model of car is project, while production of cars on a regular basis in the same factory are operations. Operations and projects share some common characteristics. They are performed by individuals. They are limited by constraints, including resource constraints, and they are performed to achieve organizational objectives or strategic plans. Let's have some quizzes. I will give you 1 minute to focus on these quizzes. Please note the answers. The correct answers are coming into the next slide. Here are the correct answers. What is the role of project manager in any project? A project manager plays a central role in any project. He is responsible for the success of the project as well as failures. He is in charge of all aspects of the project. This includes project work, but also risk, cost, procurement, human resource management, etc. In order to perform his duties, a project manager should have knowledge of the project management, and he should be able to apply that knowledge to the project. He should be personally effective. He should be able to take work from the team. He should be able to guide his team. He should be able to enhance the morale of the team. According to PMBOK, a project manager has to understand and apply the knowledge, tools, and techniques that are recognized as good practice, and that the project manager's level of authority can vary depending on the form of the organization. We will be discussing the form of organization later in this course. Every work in a project is the responsibility of the project manager. But there are three main responsibilities. They are developing project management plan and component plans, keeping the project on schedule and on budget, identifying, monitoring, and responding to the risk, and providing accurate and timely reporting of the project metrics. The roles and responsibilities of the project manager, as defined in PMBOK, sometimes bring project manager to such situation. This is not in PMBOK. I have included this photograph just as a satire. As we discussed earlier, the works in any organization are either a project or an operations. Those works which come into the jurisdiction of projects are performed by project managers. And the other works which are operational works are performed by functional managers. So what is the definition of functional managers? They are management role within a administrative or functional area of business, such as human resources, finance, accounting, or procurement. Functional managers have their own staff and they provide subject matter expertise or service to the projects. What is project management? PMBOK defines it as the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Project management is accomplished through the appropriate application and integration of the 42 logically grouped project management processes comprising of the 5 process groups such as initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. What will happen if you do not apply project management techniques? The project will be over budget, they will be late than scheduled, they will have scope creep. What is a scope creep? Scope creep are unplanned changes. And due to absence of project management techniques, there will be insufficient coordination among team members. And there will be lack of communication among team. The organization will have many sleeping projects. Managing a project typically includes identifying requirement, balancing stakeholders. Who are stakeholders? Any person or organizations which are affected positively or negatively are stakeholders. So managing a project typically includes identifying requirement, balancing stakeholders, and balancing constraints. What is meant by identifying requirement? It means documenting the needs and wants of everyone, every stakeholder. With this, cost, scope, schedule, and overall requirement of the project is figured out. What is balancing stakeholders? This means to evolve a balance from the contradicting needs of stakeholders. The people financing, the customer, the project team, or anyone who is affected by the project. This is really a test for project managers. This is like walking on a tightrope. Balancing constraints. But what are constraints? PMBOK previously termed it as triple constraint, cost, schedule, and scope, but in fourth edition, it has included some more constraints. They are risk, quality, and resources. So, balancing constraints means that whenever a change in any one project constraint is made, the other constraints are likely to be affected. And balancing constraints means that all the constraints are managed together. We just went through the definition of operation. Now let's define what is operational management. Operational management role is a role in a core business area. This is a role of dealing directly with the producing and maintaining the sellable product or services. And the most important, projects are handed over to operational managers after completion. Projects doesn't exist alone. They are guided by strategic planning. The strategic planning provides organizational goals. It decides inclusion or exclusion of projects, and it also decides guiding factor for investment in one project or the other. What are the needs which create project? Maybe market demand, a business need, a customer request, a technological advance, a legal requirement, a social need. Let's consider examples of each. Market demand. A car manufacturing company may authorize a project to build more fuel-efficient car in response to gasoline shortages. Business need. A training company may authorize a project to create a new course to increase revenues. Customer request. An electric utility authorizing a project to build a new service station to serve a new industrial park. A technological advance. An electronic firm authorizing a new project to develop a faster, cheaper, and smaller laptop after advances in computer memory and electronics technology. Legal requirement. A chemical manufacturer authorizes a project to establish guidelines for the handling of new toxic material. A social need. A large multinational company may authorize construction of an hospital or a school for the welfare of the people living in the surrounding area. Let us define project, program, and portfolios, known as 3 Ps. Project. PMBOK defines it as a single project. They may have sub-projects. Programs. They are group of related projects and ongoing work. Ongoing work may be a part of program, and these projects are managed in a coordinated way to take those benefits which are not available from individual management. What is portfolio? Portfolio is a collection of projects or programs and any other work grouped together to meet strategic business objectives. Project management doesn't exist alone in mature project management organizations. They are governed by program management and portfolio management. Organizational strategies and priorities are linked to the project through portfolios and programs. Organizational strategies impact projects in the following ways. 1. Organization may include or exclude projects on the basis of risk categories, special lines of business or requirement of general projects such as infrastructure or general processes improvement. Flow of resources to the project will also depend on organizational strategy. In order to understand program management, first let us refresh the definition of program. A program is defined as a group of related projects and ongoing work managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits and controls not available from managing them individually. Based on this definition of program, we will define program management as the centralized, coordinated management of a program to achieve the program's strategic objectives and benefits. Program management includes 1. Resolving resource constraints and resolving conflicts that affect multiple projects within the system. 2. Aligning organizational strategic direction. 3. Resolving issues and change management within a shared governance structure. An example of program would be a new communications satellite system with 4 projects. 1. Project for design of the satellite and of ground station. 2. Project for the construction of each satellite and ground station. 3. Project of integration of the system. 4. The launch of the satellite. Projects will always be part of a program, but a program will never be a part of a project. Projects grouped together for common seller or common buyers may not come under the category of programs. But, however, program may have projects which meets the common objectives of the organizations. Portfolio management refers to the centralized management of one or more portfolios, programs, projects, or other related work. The role of PMO, Project Management Office, has gained importance during the last decade. PMBOK defines it from providing project management support function to actually being responsible for the whole project. PMBOK has enlisted different function of PMO as managing shared resources, identifying and developing project management methodology best practices and standards, coaching, mentoring, training and oversight, monitoring and compliance, developing and managing project policies, procedures, templates and shared documentation, and lastly, coordinating communication across projects. There is a difference between the role of the project manager and the PMO. The area of the focus of the project manager is the project, while the area of the focus of the PMO is program. Project manager controls resources while the PMO manages resources. Project managers looks to the constraints while PMO looks to the risk and methodology. This chart shows the different maturity model of the PMO. The first stage PMO is just project oversight. In the second stage, PMO controls the process. And in the third stage, PMO gives support to the process development and process adoption. In the fourth stage is advanced stage, and in this stage the organization strategy is linked to the project through PMO. And the stage 5 is called Center of Excellence, which manages continuous improvement and cross-department collaboration to achieve strategic business goals. Project managers in most of the project management office, PMO, in most of the project exist at stage 3 or as stage 4. We had been talking of PMBOK, but what is PMBOK? It is Project Management Body of Knowledge. The current edition is its 4th edition. After every 3 or 4 years, it is revised. It is a recognized standard for project management profession. It provides guidelines to manage individual projects. It defines project management and related concepts and describes project management lifecycle and the related process. And of course, this standard do not address all details of every topic. PMBOK evolved from the recognized good practices of project management practitioners. The PMBOK guide is the standard for managing projects most of the time across many types of industries. This standard is unique to project management field, but it may also be applied to some part of program management. Enterprise environmental factors is the last topic under the concept of project management. These are the factors that have been established over time and influence as organizational general operating practices. They include organization recognize culture and structure, government or industry standards, existing human resources, administrative procedure for hiring or performance reviews, organization risk tolerance, commercial database used for estimating, and organization established communication channels, and political climate. Under external environmental factors comes market condition, political climate, public opinion, government regulation, industry standards. Under internal environmental factors comes infrastructure of the project, resources, organizational structure, organizational culture, organizational established communication channels. We have been talking of organizational culture. What is it? Organizational culture includes the rules about how things are done. It is rule of engagement. It turns a collection of individuals into groups. Groups feel special about it. They feel themselves different from others. How this is created? You as a project manager do not create culture. It develops and is revealed over time. Individual projects may not be long enough for a project culture to truly develop. This brings to the end our first chapter, which was key concept of project management. I will see you in my next chapter.